Good evening, this is Bell Geode, and we are back with some Microsoft Flight Simulator X Steam Edition. Yay! Okay, so this is going to be the last entry in the story of Bell and Alianis, and we are still here in Oshkosh. It's a few days after the festivities have ceased, and it's about time for us to finally head home to Pittsburgh. So I'm going to set everything up here real quick, and then we will get started for our final flight back home.
I think it goes without saying that I'm really going to miss Oshkosh. Can we come here next year as well?
We most certainly can. I am looking forward to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get Zephyr all started up here. We'll do the usual stuff. We'll turn the oxygen on, and fuel cutoff, we'll turn that on. We'll go ahead and get the pitot tube heaters. And let's see, we probably want to get some lights on, so we'll put that on. And that. Get the main power going, and I'm also going to do the lights test real quick here. Thank you for reminding me about that a few weeks back, Allie. I appreciate that.
No problem. I appreciated reminding you of that.
I'm sure you did. Alright, we got the Zephyr turbine start on, and I'm going to go ahead and click on some lights here inside the cockpit. There we go. We'll set the instrument lights to white.
So when we get back home, are we going to start flying the tilt rotor a bit more often?
That is the plan, ma'am, among other things. We'll probably also fly the Waco that I got, and maybe even the Tom Kitty.
Ooh, I kind of liked flying the Tomcat that one time.
Well, you can be my Rio any day. Alright, starting up.
Looks like we've got a good start on the engine, Bill.
Absolutely outstanding. Alright, well, you know what happens next. Oh, hell, you beat me to it this time.
You're a creature of habit, Bill. I know you too well. Close your canopy, please.
Yes, ma'am. Wow, somebody's in a rush to get home. Okay, finishing our starter procedure. Let's go ahead and put takeoff flaps. And we'll get the generator going as well as the avionics. Turn on the GPS. We'll get the nav lights up and running. And, of course, the de-ice switch. Can't forget that. Landing lights are on. Trimmers are set to neutral. Okay, everything's looking good except for we don't have the compression yet, but that's alright. I'm going to go ahead and call a tower. Oshkosh ground, Bell Geode 70 with Golf. Request taxi for takeoff, departure to the east.
Bell Geode 70, taxi 2 and hold short of runway 36 using taxiway Alpha, Alpha 6. Contact tower on 118.5 when ready.
Taxiing hold short, runway 36 via taxiway Alpha, Alpha 6, Bell Geode 70. Okay, and a little bit of cabin pressure, and we should be good to go. There we go, all red lights extinguished. Alrighty, I'm going to come off the emergency brakes, and we are going to push back. I have to say, I really do love the layout of Whitman Field. It's just so accommodating. I mean, if you've got like short takeoff and landing planes, you've got the X runways there behind us. You've got the crosswind runway, which is relatively longer, but still not very long. And then, of course, you've got the big, huge runway, which is the one that we're heading to, runway 36. And that one can accommodate many different types of aircraft.
So if you had to pick one moment, just one moment from the past week's Oshkosh festivities, what would you say was your favorite?
call me biased, but I think I'm going to go with the F-35 display that we saw. That was actually pretty kick-ass, and the fact that they were able to bring that sucker down without burning anyone's head off was nothing short of a miracle. What about you?
Well, if you're going to play the bias card, I suppose I can too. My favorite part was when we actually were able to go up and do a display for the general public. Have to admit, Bill, I was on pins and needles the entire time, but it was so worth it.
I had a feeling you were going to go there, and I knew you were going to do an excellent job on our airshow maneuvers, so thank you.
No, thank you. It's not every day a girl can say that she actually flew in the Oshkosh Airshow. It was well worth it. Truth be told, though, honestly, I can't wait to get back home and sleep in my own bed.
You will hear no arguments from me on that one. I wholeheartedly agree with you there. Alright, let's take this bird to the end of the runway.
I wonder how long those porta pots are going to stay up for.
I have no idea, but I tell you what, I am glad I don't have the job of taking those suckers down. That has got to be the shittiest job in the world. Pun intended.
Somehow I just knew you were going to make a comment like that. Alrighty, Speed Racer, this is a taxi. This is not the Indy 500.
I'm just promoting a positive fuel flow in the engine, yep. I keep getting that amber light on the board there. Alright, let's go ahead and call for clearance. Alright, a little bit further up. That should do the trick. There we go. Alright, parking brakes are on. Oshkosh Tower, Bell Geode 70 at runway 36, ready for takeoff, departure to the east.
Bell Geode 70, cleared for takeoff, runway 36, east departure approved.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 36, Bell Geode 70. Wow, that sounds so final. Yeah, we're definitely going to come back to Oshkosh next year. But damn, it's going to be one hell of a year waiting for that to happen.
Now you're going to line up on the center line this time, right?
Wait, are you criticizing my lineup? I will have you know that this plane is the epitome of safety. And there, how about that? Look at that. You see that? Dead center, okay? Now get off my back.
Uh-huh. Now, would we have been on the center line had I not said something? Is the million-dollar question.
I'm sorry, were you saying something? I can't hear you over the awesome of my jet engines. Brakes down, throttles up.
Oh my god, you are so silly, Bill. Just get us out of here.
Your wish is my command. And we're off like a prom dress. Again.
There is something wrong with you, boy. There is seriously something wrong with you.
Better hop to it, co-pilot. Call out them speeds and work that landing gear.
Oh my god. Alright, sure thing, boss. We are at V1 now. VR. And we're rotating. V2. Gears coming up now. And flaps are coming up now. There, is that better?
Splendid job there, my trusty co-pilot. Alright, take your last look at Oshkosh because we are out of here. Next stop, KPIT, Pittsburgh.
Bell Geode 70, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
And just like that, we're out of Oshkosh airspace. Alright, let me request flight following here. Green Bay approach, Bell Geode 70, type experimental, 2 miles north of Oshkosh. Request flight following.
Bell Geode 70, Green Bay approach, squawk 2051.
Okay. Squawk 2051, Bell Geode 70.
Bell Geode 70, radar contact 3 miles northeast of Whiskey Sierra 17, 3,300, altimeter 2983.
Altimeter set, Bell.
Thank you. Copy, Bell Geode 70. Okay, making our turn. Should be over Lake Winnebago in a second here. You know, it suddenly dawned on me that I really didn't give you all any information about Whitman Field because we just kind of popped up here as far as the episodes went. So let me tell you a little bit about it as we fly out. Whitman Field was built, or actually it was named after the pioneer air racer and aircraft designer Steve Whitman in 1972. It was originally called Winnebago County Airport. Go figure, here's Lake Winnebago right here that we're flying over. It is, for 2 weeks out of the year, the single busiest airfield when it comes to traffic. Hold on, gotta cut this short. 127.0 for Bell Geode 70. Alright, let me contact Chicago Center real quick and then I will continue our little info here. Chicago Center, Bell Geode 70 with you, 8,900.
Bell Geode 70, Chicago Center, roger, altimeter 2983.
If you'd like, I can continue the story for you.
Sure, why not? Go ahead.
Okay. Well, from what I've read about the airport, first off, it's at an elevation of 808 feet above sea level. It's got 4 runways, as we've seen. And it's classified as a general aviation facility, but even so, it serviced aircraft as large as the Boeing 747, the Airbus A380, and the Concorde, all of which we saw when we were doing our airshow maneuvers.
Yep, I can vouch for that one.
Now, the control tower at Whitman Field originally opened in 1963, but in 2007 a new tower was built that's over twice the height of the original building, and they went ahead and demolished the original tower in 2009. It's a pretty nice airport. I quite like it.
I would agree with you there. And one final thing about the airport, it's also home to the Experimental Aircraft Association, or EAA's museum on Knapp Street, which is across the road from the airport itself. So there you have it. So yeah, even if you are like a virtual pilot or a real-life pilot, or you have like your light sport pilots or even your private pilot's licenses, I would highly recommend joining the EAA. I believe it costs like $40 to join. I actually recently joined in real life, so I'm hoping to make it there in real life at some point in time. So you never know. Next year we might have both a virtual and a real-life air show. But getting back to the virtual flight plan, we're about to pull up over our waypoint BAE, Bay, and then we'll be hanging a left over the lake.
Bell Geode 70, contact Chicago Center on 125.1.
125.1 for Bell Geode 70. Timing couldn't have been better on that one. Alright, Chicago Center. Chicago Center, Bell Geode 70 with you. Flight level 210.
Bell Geode 70, Chicago Center, roger.
Okay, so as soon as we're done our turn here, we'll be heading almost due east, and we'll be flying over Lake Michigan towards the state of Michigan. We're going to go ahead and overfly Michigan on our way to Lake Erie. Right down below us, you should see the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, home of lots of great American beers. Well, so they say anyway. I don't know. I'm usually a fan of like microbrews and stuff like that. Magic Hat number 9, baby. That's where it's at, let me tell you that. Alright, but yes, there is Milwaukee, and we'll be seeing that on our way out over the lake. Part of the reason why Oshkosh is categorized as a general aviation facility, believe it or not, it used to be served by commercial airlines, but there was some issue with the law or whatever where, you know, they can't have a large passenger hub on a general aviation airport, since there is another airport close by, most notably General Mitchell International Airport, which serves Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So as a result of that, they pretty much canceled any like commercial flights going into Oshkosh. So if you're planning on going to Oshkosh, you're probably going to get there with your own aircraft, or you're going to be flying into Milwaukee and then finding your way from there to the Winnebago County area. So there you go. Plan it out from now, folks. Hopefully I'll see you there in 2016. Because like I said, I am making it a goal. I am making it to Oshkosh in real life in 2016. Mark my words. And you should probably see a whole bunch of videos from me at that point in time too. Real life videos, not necessarily flight sim videos. Okay, so we are finally over Lake Michigan. You can see the Mitchell International Airport there off to our starboard wing. So we're saying bye-bye to Milwaukee and hello to Lake Michigan. Alright, we should be over the lake in approximately about 15 or so minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, but I'm going to be doing the usual cuts and edits here, so we will appear just as we're about to overfly Michigan. So I'll talk to you all really, really, really soon. Hey, and we are back. We are on the other side of Lake Michigan. We are about to cross into the state of Michigan and to the waypoint of Adele. Or is that Adele? Reminds me of a singer. Actually happens to be one of my favorite female vocalists.
Oh, just admit it. You like her because she looks a lot like me.
While the resemblance is definitely striking, Allie, I would not say that is the only reason why Adele is one of my favorite female vocalists. But yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Uh-huh, you better.
Eagle Flight Jet 785, turn right heading Jet 50, proceed on course, climb and maintain flight level 180. Turn right heading 250, proceed on course, climb and maintain flight level 180. Eagle Flight 2785.
Okay, where are we now?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you don't have GPS. We're about to pass Grand Rapids, or GRR.
Chicago Center on 134.995.
134.95 for Bell Geode 70. Chicago Center, Bell Geode 70 with you. Flight level 212.
Bell Geode 70, Chicago Center, roger.
So yeah, like I said, we are just close to Grand Rapids, Michigan. Their waypoint is GRR. And I believe that's actually the city of Grand Rapids down there. They should have an airport close by too, at least according to the GPS anyway. We'll see if we can see it.
Call me crazy, but I don't really see anything too grand or rapid about it.
Well, see, they wanted to name the city Fred, but Fred was taken, so they had to choose Grand Rapids. Oh, and look, there's the airport. Excellent. Not a bad-looking airport there. I'm noticing that there's either a lot of north to south runways or a lot of east to west runways in this neck of the woods here. It looks like with this particular airport, the prevailing winds will be east to west, hence the runway layout. Okay, a few minutes have passed and we're a little bit further down. Now we're heading from Haste to Alfie, which which should be the beginning of Cleveland Center area. Oh, speak of the devil. With pleasure. 120.45, Bell Geode 70. Now, as I switch the channel here to Cleveland Center, I'm going to tell you why this is important to me. Cleveland Center, Bell Geode 70 with you.
Bell Geode 70, Cleveland Center, roger. Cleveland Center.
So the reason why this is important to me is Cleveland Center is kind of like the home ATC center for me. Cleveland Center, of course, involves Cleveland Airport and a lot of the areas in the, I guess that would be like the eastern Midwest. It's not officially the Midwest, but it's still part of like the eastern U.S. And one of the key airports in that ATC zone is, of course, Pittsburgh. So basically, by us getting in touch with Cleveland Center, it means we are that much closer to home. So I'm zooming out the map here to kind of give you a point of reference. There's Alfie, there's the next waypoint in Ceres. You can actually see Canada here. That's the western side of Ontario, over by Windsor and them areas. And let's see how much distance we've got to go. So we are here. After that, we've got CRL, Woost, DJB is Cleveland area. Liver stands for Liverpool or East Liverpool in Ohio, which is like right across the border from PA. And then, of course, Pittsburgh. So we are approximately 244 nautical miles away from home. Yay! Alright. And let's go ahead and zoom this sucker back in here. Okay. So what's the first thing you're going to do when you get home, Allie?
Oh, I told you. I plan on sleeping in my bed. Don't wake me up for the next week, please.
You can't sleep for a week. Get real.
Oh, yeah? You'll be calling me Mrs. Rip Van Winkle by the time we're done here. I do intend to sleep a lot.
Bell Geode 70. Contact Cleveland Center on 119.95.
Going to 119.95, Bell Geode 70. Okay, we are closing in on Detroit right now.
American 190.
Come on, people, let me talk. Seriously? Seriously. Cleveland Center, Bell Geode 70 with you, flight level 213.
Bell Geode 70, Cleveland Center, roger.
Wow, finally got a word in edgeways. Love it.
American 190, turn left heading 185. Turn left heading 185. American 1908.
So here we go, just past Detroit. Looks like we've got Ontario over there. I got a friend of mine that lives there. A girl by the name of T.
Oh, really? T, is it? So does T have a name?
Yeah, she's really cool. Her name is Tasha.
Sorry, come again?
Tasha.
I see. And is this Tasha cute?
Now, why would that be important? Like I said, she's my friend. You know, we hang out online and, she makes videos and so on, just like I do.
Uh-huh. Yet you're tactfully avoiding the question, Mr. Geode. Is she cute? Oh, and by the way, there's an American Airlines going underneath us.
Thanks for the heads up on that, American. Appreciate that.
I'm still waiting.
What do you want me to say, Allie? Yes, I think she's cute. In fact, she's drop-dead gorgeous. Is that better?
I see. Well, if you would like, I suppose we can probably find a nice airport in Ontario close to where this Tasha lives, and I can drop you off there in the Albatross and I can head home. Is that what you would like?
Why you gotta be like this? Oh my God, Allie. No, I do not want to land in Canada and hang out with T. I'm just fine heading home, okay?
Well, I just need to know where I stand, so, if things have changed, you need to let me know. I mean, if I've been replaced by a Canadian girl, then I would like to know that ahead of time so that I can plan accordingly.
Nobody is replacing you, Allie. Besides, what would you do anyway?
Well, for starters, we do have that Tomcat, and if I remember correctly, there is a military option to that tilt rotor that we got. Just saying.
Oh my god, no, Allie. I'm not gonna have you freaking bomb Canada just in the hopes that you'll take T out. It's just not happening, I'm sorry.
All I'm saying is I can't keep up with all these girlfriends of yours, so this better not become an issue down the road.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. But in any event, shout out to T and JB.
What? Now who the hell is JB?
I am so not answering this. So yeah, we are about to head into Lake Erie, and we should be overflying Put-in Bay, which is another place that I've been to in real life. Highly recommend if you enjoy taking vacations on the Great Lakes. It is, quite frankly, one of the best islands that it's ever been my privilege to visit. I'm ignoring you, Allie. I hope you realize this.
Oh, that's okay, honey bunches. I know where you sleep.
Oh, snap. On that note, we are definitely changing the subject. So yeah, right below us there, you will see Put-in Bay, Ohio, part of some of the many little islands that are in the middle of Lake Erie. Put-in Bay is a favorite among like college kids and stuff like that, and the last time that I was there, even though it was over the summer, there were still like a lot of young folks around there, you know, getting their groove on, that kind of thing. It's also a favorite for older travelers as well too, because of the somewhat relaxing atmosphere on the other side of the island, which is the side where the airport is. And it's also host to the Oliver Hazard Perry Memorial, which is kind of like a lighthouse. Actually, I think it might be a lighthouse if I'm not too mistaken. I forget whatever the tour guide was telling us when we were there. Didn't get a chance to check out their airport, but from what I could see on top of the tower, it actually did look pretty cool. I think I got some video of it, but I highly doubt I'm going to be putting that up to YouTube. I just remember that it was one of the most interesting experiences that I've had as far as vacations go. For reasons that I won't exactly divulge here, but let's just say it was a really, really good vacation. Alright, so there we go. That is Put-in Bay, and we should be passing it momentarily, and that is pretty much my marker that we are halfway to Cleveland.
70, contact Cleveland Center on 127.9er.
Aha. 127.9er for Bell Geode 70. I always forget to say 9er. Okay. Cleveland Center, Bell Geode 70 with you. Flight level 210.
Bell Geode 70, Cleveland Center, roger.
Good deal. Ever closer. Ever closer. So now we are inside of the air traffic control airspace for Cleveland. And we just passed the DJB waypoint on our way to Liver, which, as I mentioned earlier, stands for East Liverpool. So it's approximately 78 nautical miles away, and then Pittsburgh is 103, or now 102 nautical miles from this point. So close. So close.
Contact Cleveland Center on 134.9er.
Okay. 134.9er for Bell Geode 70. See, I remembered it that time.
And you call yourself a pilot?
Shush. Cleveland Center, Bell Geode 70 with you.
Bell Geode 70, Cleveland Center, roger. Cleveland Center, Southwest 302 with you. Southwest 302, Cleveland Center, roger.
Ah, yes, Cleveland. Otherwise known as the Mistake by the Lake.
Yeah, only if you're a Steelers fan.
Which I am. And looks like I've got a pretty good view of Cleveland Hopkins Airport there. I wonder why their runways are all at like odd angles. Probably that lake effect wind.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Their close proximity to Lake Erie, the winds tend to come from like really weird angles from time to time, so that's considered like the norm for this area. And yeah, that lake effect snow in the wintertime is hell, let me just tell you. I'm kind of glad we live in Pittsburgh, where at least we've got the hills around for like a buffer. Otherwise, it would be bad. So my plan for our descent is once we get a little bit closer to Akron, Canton, Ohio, that area, I'm going to go ahead and bring Saphir down to pattern alt, slowly but surely. By the time we pass Liverpool, or East Liverpool, excuse me, we should be just about ready to get on final.
Now, Kilo 70, contact Cleveland Center on 120.775.
Alright, changing channels again. 120.775, Bell Geode 70. I believe once we get down to about 10,000 feet, we will most likely be talking to Pittsburgh approach. Cleveland Center, Bell Geode 70 with you, flight level 212.
Bell Geode 70, Cleveland Center, roger.
Okay, we are on the home stretch, folks. Okay, we're just now passing Kilo Charlie Alpha Kilo, which is Akron.
Bell Geode 70.
And there we go, we're switching channels yet again.
On 134.9er.
134.9er for Bell Geode 70. Alright, so I'm going to start our descent now. We're going to see if we can bring her down pretty steadily. Cleveland Center, Bell Geode 70 with you.
Bell Geode 70, Cleveland Center, roger.
Probably take us a couple of minutes to get down to about 10,000. You can start to see the airspace for Pittsburgh with that little keystone kind of shape there. So we should be there momentarily.
Wow, look at the sky. I'm pretty sure this is one of the most beautiful sunsets that we've seen throughout our entire journey these last few weeks here.
Yeah, it certainly does look pretty. It's not nearly as good as the sunset that we had when we were in Key West before we started this whole crazy journey in the first place. Mallory Square is the place to see a sunset. But this'll do. Oh wow, I just realized our tip tanks are empty. Holy crap, so we've actually gone through a fair amount of gas during this journey here. That's not too shabby. At least she's getting great mileage. We've got about 22 miles to go till Liver.
Well, I'm checking our oxygen now, and we've actually used a fair amount of oxygen as well, too. It looks like we are at about 75. So, yeah, we've gone through like half of our oxygen supply. It's a good thing we're coming down to altitude.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about our oxygen supply is that it only kicks in once we get up past a certain altitude. I want to say it's about 18,000. Alright, let's see what we got on the flight plan here. 39 miles to Pittsburgh. As soon as I get a little bit closer, we'll go ahead and find them on the nearest airport map, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed and hope that the wind is blowing from the east, because that would mean that we just come straight in and we don't have to overfly downtown Pittsburgh. Not that I mind doing that, because I really love that skyline. Okay, approaching 13,000 and still falling, and we're just about 33 nautical miles away. So you know what, let me see if I can set up the procedures and we'll go ahead and give them a call. Or not.
Contact Pittsburgh approach on 124.75.
Okay. 124.75 for Bell Geode 70. Well, that's a good sign at least. If we're talking a Pittsburgh approach, it means we're almost home. Pittsburgh approach, Bell Geode 70 with you, 12,100.
Bell Geode 70, Pittsburgh approach, roger, altimeter 2983.
That's interesting, our altimeter setting hasn't moved. Alright, so let's go ahead and tune the ATIS.
Pittsburgh Airport information, X-ray 0034, Zulu, wind 047 at 8, visibility greater than 20 miles.
Oh, we're in luck. The wind is exactly the way I want it to be.
Temperature 18, 2.17, altimeter 2983, ILS runway 10 right, ILS runway 10.
Oh, and by the way, over there you can see Steubenville, Ohio, the last Ohio city just before state lines. So it's like right there next to West Virginia and of course the Pennsylvania border. Alright, we're pretty much done with the ATIS, so let's go ahead and get some landing clearance going here. Pittsburgh Tower, Bell Geode 70 is 18 miles northwest with X-ray to land.
Bell Geode 70, Pittsburgh Tower, Fly straight in, runway 10 left. Altimeter 2983.
Called it. 10 left. Alright, we are set to go. Fly straight in, runway 10 left, Belgio 70. Alrighty, Allie, strap in. We're coming in for our final landing of this series.
You know, Bill, seriously, I almost don't want it to end. I've had so much fun flying with you all over the eastern U.S. that it just seems a shame that we've got to call it quits now. Maybe we can fly around the western U.S. sometime?
Well, I would not be averse to that, but just between you and I, Allie, we're probably going to need a much faster plane if we're going to do that, because this sucker will take forever and a day to get from one side to the other side of the U.S. And we would need a better starting point, too, other than Florida. So, I don't know, maybe, Washington or, someplace over there.
Well, I'm sure we can figure it out when the time comes. And as far as planes, I would highly recommend the Tomcat.
I like the way you think. Alright, well, we'll discuss it later and we'll figure it out. For now, I'm going to pull up our speed brakes and put down our landing gear. There we go, landing configuration set. And you can see off in the distance is Pittsburgh International. Okay, we are almost lined up. We're just a little bit to the left there. I'm going to zoom in because I kind of like to make sure I'm right on the button here. Less than half a mile to the north of it. We are at pattern altitude, which in this neck of the woods is roughly around 3,000 because this airport is at about 1,224 feet above sea level.
Everything is looking good back here, Bill. We are just about set to land. Did you want me to do the landing, or are you going to do the landing?
I'll handle it this time, but if you would like, I will give you the honor of taxiing us to our house.
I think I might be able to handle that part. Sure, why not?
Alrighty, Saphir, let's go ahead and bring you down one more time. And I think after we get down, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of seal everything up since we probably won't be flying her for a while. Okay, touchdown cam is ready to rock and roll. Get back to the cockpit here. Alright, looking good.
Cleared to land. Runway 10 left.
Alright. Cleared to land, runway 10 left, Belgio 70. And just like that, it's our welcome home.
You know, if it wasn't for the fact that we actually live at the airport, I would say we should probably stop at like an Eaton Park or something for dinner.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't appreciate us parking this plane in an Eaton Park. Besides, the nearest one is, I think, in, let's say, Grafton? I could be wrong. No, wait, there's one in Robinson. What am I thinking? Ugh.
I was about to say, you've been away from home too long, you forgot where everything is.
I corrected myself. We're good. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and bring her in. Looks like we've got pretty good lights here. We're a little too high up. And we got a crosswind. How many times have I said I hate landing in a crosswind? Ugh. At least it's not too bad. So I should be able to put her down on the numbers. Here we go. Alright, strap in.
Oh, honey, I'm strapped.
Little right of center line, and touchdown. Damn, I hate trying to land in a crosswind. Ugh. Alright, let me see if I can get this thing back on the center line here, and we'll taxi out.
You know what? I'm just glad to be home. I'm not even going to judge you on that one.
Holy hell, no smart-ass response from Ali? Damn, you must really be tired. Well, I'm going to take that as a good thing then. Okay, so the way that this airport works, we've got taxiway November directly off the end of the 28 right side of this runway. So we're just going to take this all the way to the end and then hang a right. And as soon as I veer off, Ali, go ahead and take the stick, and this is your bird to bring home.
Thank you so much, my captain. Want me to do the radio call too?
Hell yeah, it's your plane.
Okay. 121.9er for Belgio 70. Pittsburgh ground, Belgio 70, request taxi to northeast parking.
Belgio 70, taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway November.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway November, Belgio 70.
Probably the easiest taxiing job you'll ever do after airports like Houston.
Oh yeah, those Texans sure do love their whiskey. Actually, that sounds kind of good right about now. Maybe that might help me sleep.
Well, while Ali brings us in, I'm going to take this time to thank you all for watching this series as I've had the episodes up and coming. It's been a very long journey, and in the credits I'll go through pretty much every leg of our journey, not including the bonus stuff that we did. But this is just about it. This is the end of our trip, so this is the last episode that you will be seeing with Ali and I in this particular plane. Maybe we'll start a new series down the road, but for now we're going to keep FSX Steam Edition to basically like reviews and stuff like that, and the occasional Tomcat flight.
Not to interrupt you, but I'm opening my canopy now.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. I'm just going to tell everybody that if you've enjoyed this video and of course the other videos in the series, please feel free to give me a like. Don't forget to share and subscribe. Whenever I put more videos up, you'll definitely get notifications. I'm going to go ahead and open up my canopy too in a second. Just want to remind you, you can find me on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/belgeode and Hitbox at www.hitbox.tv/belgeode. At some point in time soon, I might start streaming again. I'm also on Facebook at Belgeode 2015 and Twitter at Belgeode. So those are all the places you can find me online. And as this series winds down, be sure to check out my DCS Digital Combat Simulator series. In September, they are bringing the L-39 Albatross to DCS World. So as soon as we're done with the campaign that we're doing right now with the F-15, you can definitely expect to see videos of me flying this kind of plane in a totally different flight simulator with combat capabilities. Gonna be freaking awesome. Alrighty folks, so that'll do it for us, and on behalf of my better half Alianis and myself, thanks for watching and ciao.
Bye bye, imaginary people. It was nice being in your presence, I guess.
You realize to the viewers you're actually the imaginary person, right?
Huh?
Never mind, I'll explain later.